Hey, everybody, welcome to a very special, very athletic overview of a new hit game just hit the webs. It's called Goofball Goals. Joining me in this overview for the first time, I've reached outside of the Polygon roster, another sports term, and I've gotten noted sports expert John Bois from our sister site, SB Nation. I guess our dad's site? What do we
I
call it?
I suppose so. We're like the brother site, I
Okay.
suppose.
I,
Yeah.
I like that. John, you are a noted expert in both the creation and destruction of sports video games with your Breaking Madden series. You also recently made a sports game in Gary's mod, which turned out pretty excellent. So I think that you would find this game particularly fascinating because it's like a game that broke itself for you.
Yeah, sure. It's convenient in that way. Like usually, I mean, any sports game is going to be awkward and like easily breakable because it features human beings like behaving how they're actually supposed to
And
and
it was
stuff. And
made by fallible human beings. Also, it's worth
sure,
pointing out. The
exactly.
creator of this game was very fallible. Let's just dive into like a sample match so I can give you sort of a taste. It's sort of like quap-esque soccer. You know what it looks a lot like? I'm not sure if you remember this, if you were this into video games in the 90s. It looks a lot like Balls 3D, which was a really great fighting game that
Oh,
came out
yes.
in the yeah, well, I broke the stadium. It came out, I think, in the Genesis early SNES era. So I'm having some trouble with this player. He's just sort of enjoying the ball right now.
Yeah, well, with such a large audience in the stands, he's getting he's losing his nerve.
Listen, the sport is it's in the growing stage right now. It was only recently invented. Come on. Do something. So the point of the game. Can you talk a little bit about soccer, John?
Yeah, sure. Yes, soccer is a game played between a team of like each team has 20 like very round, bubbly men,
Yes.
and nobody watches it, and and they sort of break apart the stadium and use the parts as like surfboards in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
They're angling for a new and better venue, so a more centrally located arena, but they're just unable to lock down government funds.
And
So,
if you break enough stadium parts, then they send you to the World Cup.
yep.
And that's how what the World Cup is and why that exists. I'm about to score on myself using this guy's round taint, apparently. Here we go. So the controls, I guess, of this particular soccer simulation are you got WASD, which you use to move in those appropriate cardinal directions. You have a sidestep button, which really, I mean, it's not especially effective. I don't use it a lot. You also have a kick, which makes you 100% of the time fall down. So it's sort of like, where do you want to sacrifice your player?
It's news to me that like you're even using keys. Like I sort of picture I can't see you playing this right now, so I'm like picturing you like playing this like with like a Sega VR and like a
I'm using an
Sega.
activator, actually, that big
Oh,
ring that you have to
yes.
stand in the middle of. Oh, man. That guy's about to score on me from the ground. So there's no fouls as far as I can tell. Um, and you just want to try and score. I haven't been able to get the ball anywhere, though. You
Yeah.
also have this sort of weird Overwatch mode where you can tell your players where to go, but, like, you may
Oh,
as well put them, like, on a bus in the length of time that it takes for them to get there. I'm playing some pretty heavy defense, though, here in the corner.
this is like a really really ratchet version of like Command and Conquer once you were in that overhead mode.
Yeah, it is. Okay, and I just scored myself. And when that happens, everybody on your team falls down while their team all dances. So in that sense, it's very soccer-like.
So if you win, does that mean you get to go finish building that baby crib?
No, the baby crib. See, it's an art game, John. The baby
Oh,
crib is never finished.
okay.
Here's what's so fantastic about Goofball Goals. You can adjust basically everything. You can make it a one-on-one street game, which is sort of like how I like to play soccer. A very personal, very intimate experience. It also makes it a lot easier to score because there's less orb-like human beings standing in the way of the goal. You can turn off those walls around the stadium entirely, which means the game is infinite. Um,
Oh God, it's like an Atari game that way, where you can
yeah,
just keep on
you
going
can
in
just
infinite
keep
directions.
wrapping around the screen forever.
Yeah.
I like making it a 32 on 32 game,
Oh God.
like a match of Battlefield or something. Maybe turning it up So there's 32 balls, and maybe those balls are absolutely gigantic. Too big to even fit in the stadium. Maybe we make it so the stadium is just a narrow tunnel. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm adjusting the length of the scoring goal there at the end. That's what they call that, right? The scoring goal?
The scoring goal, yeah. It's a differentiator from the other goals, yeah.
Sure.
Oh my God, what did you do?
If you can make, I mean, you can make the field as big as you want it to be. I, by the way, have crashed this game more times than I can count, but let's just sort of see how this match goes.
It's going really well.
Well, we won.
Good job.
This is like a scene out of 300 or something. Okay. So that was a good. God, I have to turn this down before I crash the game because I don't know what happens if I crash it while I'm recording.
I've been to the desert before and it wasn't like this at all.
No. This is actually, there's a lot of deserts in Austin that are just all art exhibits, and this I've actually seen a few times. I also saw a Burning Man like this once. What should I guess knock down the number of balls. Okay, so this is just like tunnel ball.
Okay.
So this is actually more resembling a sport. The reason I wanted to show this to you, John, is because you recently endeavored to make your own game, and like Goofball Goals makes it as easy as you could possibly make it.
Certainly. I mean, I just like the one thing I couldn't really make my players do much in like Breaking Madden and the like was make them dance. And they had a distinct lack of, I don't know, enthusiasm and cheer.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing that in spades here.
It's the reason they're moving the way that they do is because they're enthusiastic. Oh,
Yep.
come on. Okay.
Yeah, I got that permagrin. It's just infectious.
I'm certainly happy watching them. Why don't we make Quidditch? That might be fun. How many people, John, you know a lot about Quidditch. What is it, like 7-on-7, 5-on-5?
I'm trying to think. I actually haven't seen the Star Wars movies in a long time.
100 people just clicked the X button in the corner of the screen. No, they said. I cannot support this.
My favorite character was Jon Star Wars.
I mean, here's what we do. There's one ball, 7 players, reasonably sized field. Let's make it so everybody's running all the time, and let's just turn walls off. And then we'll make it one really small ball. See, that's the golden snitch. I can teach you all about Quidditch if you want and sort of give you a more well-rounded sports acumen.
It looks like, the ball is so small, it looks like a little animal. Like they're trying to save the animal more than they're trying to play a game.
No, my red team wins if we can protect this baby spotted egg before the other team can crush it and turn it into robot fuel. Here we go. I love this guy's jaunty.
Yeah, look at that. He's like tiptoeing with his heels. It's really like it's fascinating.
Well, I mean, his feet are made of mouse traps. It looks like they're made out of VHS cassette tape cases,
and not like the humane snap traps. We're talking about like the really inhumane, super terrible, like
super brutal
glue trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Poor man. So there's here's what I really love about the game. I mean, you can set things to holy shit. Maybe 32 balls, 32 players. We'll make the balls a sort of average size. Just get rid of the gate altogether, and make the scoring goal real big. That field actually looks a little long to me, so let's just get it a little bit closer. There we go. And then you can just set it and watch the computer just sort of go and do its thing.
I mean, this seriously looks like, it's Gangs of New York, the opening scene from Gangs of New York, when they're like going at each other at the 5 points or whatever.
Sure. You got any bets? Are you a sports betting man? Is that legal in your profession?
Yeah, I would like to bet 10 sports units on the red team.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, no, it looks like that was a solid guess. How did that happen that quickly?
I don't know. I'm unclear. Like, I suppose there's no instant replay on this. That's a shame.
You can actually watch the last game over again. So there is. It's not exactly instant. You have to watch the entire thing. But in terms of being like a sports simulation, it's pretty on point. Oh, sure. You can see that character. I have no idea what happened to him. People are getting flung through the air like they're like fighting a dragon or something.
I mean, I will say, like, there are perhaps more realistic video game like sports simulators than this one, but I feel like EA would probably be taking some notes from this for sure.
Yeah, the tackling animations certainly seem a little bit more diverse than than I've seen in the past few Maddens.
And there's more joy in it. It's they got to make everything stop being so dang serious. All the
simulation is almost a little too serious. I always preferred the 2K sports games because I don't know. Always felt those were a little more arcadey, a little bit more like. I mean, NFL Blitz is obviously the gold standard. Let's put some robust walls in there. Bigger balls.
But everything was so robust already.
We can go robuster. We can rebuild it. So, I mean, this is the basics. But there are some... okay, I have no idea why the camera has decided to go over there. I guess it wants us to see all of the balls all at the same time, all simultaneously. But you get a nice zoom-out effect. It's like you're on top of the Space Needle watching, like, a Bumbershoot riot or something.
Yeah, I don't... I feel like the soccer it's like those practice soccer balls where they're all like in a bag and they're all tied together. It looks like that's what's going on here. They've got like just 40 of them.
Yeah, I am super good at this game. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna hit the MLG circuit. So in addition to the features that we've gone through already. By the way, I should mention this game is available at this guy's website at gravitysensation.com. It's $6. Which is, I think, a pretty fair price for the product provided. There's internet play, which I haven't gotten to work. There's local network play if you have two computers that you've both purchased this game for. And then there's Click Ass, which I'm sure people have been looking at. It is a really great physics simulation. Oh, you can see things already starting back there in the background. And then you can click to throw balls at people and cause all kinds of shenanigans. And I mean, you know what? This game's physics model is actually kind of impressive. What happened over there?
I don't know.
Hold on. I've never noticed that before. I think those people are on like a ball raft. A raft made out of basketball. Wait, what are those basketballs? Why are those in the game?
Yeah, it's basketballs. It's the most like efficient way I can possibly think of to travel.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if they had invented that instead of the wheel, we would have been in space in the year like 1200.
That's what the what is it? The hyperspeed light rail. That one tech guy. See, now we need a Verge guy. We have Polygon and SB Nation on this video. We need a Verge guy to remind me what that guy's name is.
We have no knowledge of tech, only video games and sports.
I think his name is Rad Spaceman.
Rad Spaceman.
So yeah, this is all that this is. But I mean, God, that's hours of fun right there.
Oh sure. I mean, it's awesome. It looks like it's very Gary's Mod-esque. It's amusing to me. Like on the fly right now, I'm trying to construct some story that would like explain like how this all came to be. Like why are they standing on these like?
It's hell. This is hell.
Oh, it's hell.
Yeah, this is what hell is. That was easy enough to construct. Like, this is hell. This is what hell is when you die and you've been bad. This is where you go, and this is what you become. And I'm Satan right now, just sort of throwing the device of your torment at you for infinity. And then I just keep doing it over and over again.
Man, I mean, the Bible didn't warn us about crappy like Target end tables.
No, but What Dreams May Come, starring Robin Williams, did. That is actually what the plot of that movie is about.
The difference is many dreams may come is the answer to that.
So that's that. There's also an editor feature, which I haven't really messed around with too much. You can sort of just add, all of the elements of the game to create your own levels or ostensibly your own sports. So this is, I think, what would really pique your interest. So far, the only thing I've gotten it to do is add a bunch of dudes all in the same place and then watch as they explode off each other like that.
Well, I mean, it's like I say, these days, all you need to make the next, Halo or Civilization 5 is just a computer and like a winning attitude, and maybe just like a couple days set aside, and anybody can make the next best video game these days. 2 days
and maybe I don't know, $100, $200,
yeah,
and you got yourself a game. You got yourself an award winner. Oh, look at this! Sure. You can make them do gymnastics. Oh boy. So I mean, this is the basics of Goofball Goals. It's a pretty. Can I start him out inside of him? No, I can't.
No.
That was disappointing. Those faces are actually a little creepy after you look at them for long
You know, they
enough.
might not even be smiling. There's no upward arc there. Like they're rectangles.
No, they could just have there could be hooks in there holding their face in that position, like Hellraiser fashion. Is this the only way I can move these gentlemen? Can I start him off in the ground? Oh no, I can't. No.
I do like the super scientific wireframe there. That way you know it's a computer,
Yeah.
not real life.
Well, that man's half in the ground. Oh no, I see the wireframe now. Never mind. Whew. Close call. Really got my hackles up. Well, John, thanks for joining me. I feel like I understand just sort of all sports a lot better now than I did a few minutes ago before we did this video. And you know what? I think you do too.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go now and erase everything I've written about sports.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing now.
It is. Like it was just like I was the allegorical man in the cave. I thought I understood truth, and then I saw the men in this mod, and I realized I know nothing.
I'm making an Easter pageant now. They're ascending. I guess there's 2 Jesuses in my Easter pageant.
Well, it could be the rapture here. Like
That's true. All of these good goofballs.
Yeah.
And get to fly away.
This is like this looks like the Left Behind remake that they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And then down here is Kirk Cameron. He's being ostracized by the pack. This is fun. See, this isn't just a game-making tool. We can make entire dramas out of this.
It's a storytelling tool. By the way, quick aside, you should know that they are making a new Left Behind movie, and instead of Kirk Cameron, Nicolas Cage is in the starring role.
I'm pretty sure he has been in movies before that the plot of which is very, very closely resembles Left Behind.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just see what happens there. Okay, so basically what you expect. All right, thanks for joining me, John. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll have more of these videos later on this week. This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen or been a part of. So
it was a delight.
It was absolutely delightful. Bye, everybody.